Man, today is not a good day. I was waking up in the morning thinking that I was gonna have a normal day. Not like waking up feeling extremely amazing. Just gonna have a basic day where nothing bad is gonna happen. Or I was wrong. Because we ended up losing something big. A big part of gaming history has just got deleted out of existence. Just like a snap of a finger. It doesn't exist anymore. And we have lost Angry Birds. Now, Angry Birds is a game that I'm going to guess that most people watching this video has played. Angry Birds is a game that was a big part of a lot of people's childhood because back in the day, they didn't have the amazing amount of mobile game choices that we have today. Like, if you're someone who wasn't really playing mobile games back then, we did have options like Call of Duty Mobile, Apex Legends Mobile, well, that game doesn't exist anymore, and the plethora of other Battle Royale and mobile games you can buy. We didn't have the luxury of that decision. You had very few games that you could go on and play, and one of the big games was Angry Birds. This was a game that we spent hours upon playing. Back in the day where they had no microtransactions, where you just download the game or buy the game and you instantly get the game completely complete. Man, I remember so much times of me failing very badly on Angry Birds missions. I was extremely bad at that game. No matter how much times you tell me that you use this bird to break this one, I still wouldn't do it. I'll still just use my favorite bird, trying to break stone, and just fail the mission multiple times. It basically wasn't really going that good. Well, sadly, no one can do that anymore because the original version of Angry Birds, the pure version, is now being absolutely taken off the Google Play Store starting today. Today, at the recording of this video, the 23rd of February, Angry Birds will officially be gone. The official company who owns Angry Birds ended up posting this on Twitter, and I don't feel like reading it because reading is cringe, so I'm basically going to summarize it to you. They're basically getting rid of Angry Birds because it's too successful. They say they reviewed their business model. It seemed that this new version of Angry Birds just doesn't really deserve to exist, and it just has to go. Which is basically saying, yeah, the original version of Angry Birds, we can't fill it to the brim with microtransactions, which means we can't really make a lot of money on it, so because of that, you kind of have to go. And they're basically saying that if you still have the game installed, which you can't do anymore because you know for a fact that they ended up revealing this like a day early, a lot of people would have bomb rushed on the App Store trying to install the game. If you already have Angry Birds Classic pre-installed, they can't get rid of it because I don't know how they're going to find a way to get rid of a game that you already have on your phone. They're probably not going to be able to do that, but you now can't install the game going anyway forward. Now, this is extremely bad. Now, I think one topic that a lot of people keep on going into is preserving games, because the more and more as gaming moves to being digital only, because more people are moving to PC than ever. It's still the biggest player base, and it's just consistently keep on rising. We have way more PC players than we have actual console players, and if you have a PC, most of your games are digital. You don't have a lot of games physically, or you don't have any game physically. Most gaming PCs don't even come with a disk drive, because let's be honest, who company still allows you to buy PC games physically? That's just something that doesn't really exist anymore. So because of that being gone, a lot of our games are they're literally nothing. And the problem with these things is that they can just instantly go away as a snap of your finger. The company can just decide that I don't want to sell this anymore, or I just don't want to tolerate this, and it can just completely wipe out everything, which means all the data and everything that you basically try to play for is just absolutely gone, which just takes away chunks of this history, which is just very sad to think about it. One game that I play a lot is Destiny 2, and obviously since Destiny 2 have 2 in it, there was obviously one game known Destiny 1. But there is going to be a period of time, 10, 20, maybe even 30 years from now, where the servers of that game probably isn't going to be on. Because who's going to be playing Destiny 1 that far from the future? There's barely any people playing the game right now. You can try logging on. Good luck trying to find a Crucible match of anything, because there's really no reason to play the game. And when the servers of Destiny 1 officially get shut down, it's done. If there's no fan project to bring the game back alive or try to preserve the game is over. Goodbye. You can't go and play the game anymore. And that's just extremely sad because you just lose whole chunks of this game in history. Now, obviously, there is one way to stop this, and this is easily emulated. I think you should be allowed to emulate games so you can preserve the game and so you can play the game on basically any other platforms. This is just something I'm just 100% fine with. It's something that I think you should do. Another thing that I think that every publisher should find a way to preserve every single game that they could. I think that if you release a game including Angry Birds, you should have a way to play or download the game. I don't even care if you put it behind a paywall. Just make some way where you can play the game so it can live on forever. Because why not? Why could this completely wipe a game from existence because you choose that the game doesn't want to be there anymore? Now let's go back to Angry Birds instead of that whole rant. We all know the main reason why they're doing this is because they can't fill the game to the brim with microtransactions. I remember playing a little bit of Angry Birds 2 when it first released, and that game is not good. It's really, really bad. It completely destroys the whole purpose of Angry Birds since they try their literal hardest artists fill it to the brim with microtransactions. That was back in the day where they tried to make everything with a card system. How do I find a way to make the most amount of money? I don't know. I make cards. Now, I haven't played the game in literal years, and I literally have no will to go back to the game at all, because generally, who cares? Who even still cares about the Angry Birds franchise? What are they even doing? I don't even know anything that they do, and I don't really care enough to go, like, check their app store to see what they do. So I'm shocked that this was even a thing that people, like, still care about. But that aside, we lost absolute legend. Just a gaming legend absolute vanished because of greed. But, hey, what's new? Anyway, my name is Lua. This is something that I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.